Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for watching another interview here, a Fruitful Talk, which I like to call. And today I have Cynthia. I post every week, so subscribe, comment, share. Um, I would love to hear from you. And Cynthia is someone who I actually met very, very recently, and she surprised me with her energy. I was in a small business expo networking event online, and she was the first person I spoke to. And I said to myself, since I'm very new to, to the small business world and the business world, being an entrepreneur, I was like, if I connect with this person, like this would be a major success for me today because I just loved her presence and the way she made me feel talking to her and she encouraged me. So I'm so happy to have her today. And I would love for her to share your story with you. So, Cynthia, if you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you, maybe where you're from, maybe you moved, around, whatever you feel comfortable.
Yes. Well, Jana, thank you so much for having me on your show. I so much appreciate it. And I'm Cynthia McCalister. I'm the owner of Quality SAP, which is an IT company that specializes in website development and mobile app development. And we have been in business since 2007. And one of the things that we have done is 2016, we launched a mobile app called KeySpot, which is all about connecting the community and supporting small businesses. So it's really our mission to help focus on those businesses that need that extra boost and get the word out about what they do in the community. And that's part of what I'd like to talk about today, as far as what we've done to help promote and support those in the community, not only with our mobile app, but also with our network.
Okay. This really inspires me because you're a woman in IT, and I have to say I have met quite a few of them, but there's always a lot of challenge with it. And now that I see you actually are having your own company and you're doing your own thing, it's just a lot more like inspiring. It's just like, wow, look, what she's doing, I can do that, or anyone else can do that. So I wanted to get a little bit of like the story of where you started.
Yeah.
So, like, where were you beforehand? How long have you been in business for? You already answered that. And how long
Mhm.
maybe it took you to establish yourself?
Yeah. So I had been doing IT for 25 years. I've been in IT for that long. And what I wanted to do is take the knowledge and experience I have in technology and apply that in a way to help other people who are in business. It's often that business owners are, solopreneurs, basically. When it comes to their business, they are the one man show. And there are so many business owners who might not have a website or might not have the basic information just to make their business function. And instead
Mhm.
of being on their own, I felt like with the background and experience I have, I could use that to build a network to provide the support that can help people along the way. So that's kind of been what I've been doing with the Key Spot business partners, is not only being a platform for sharing their information, but also
Mhm.
being that partner with them. So when it comes to our network, we're able to introduce people to other businesses and services that they could utilize to help get them to the next level, to let them know they're not by themselves. People have needs and asks and wants, and they just want to get the word out about their business. So that's what we do. We want to be able to be that partner for them.
Yeah. Um, could you like so you were 25 years in the IT, right? That's one thing I get.
Yeah.
And before you went solo and did like how did you decide? Like what was that thing that you discovered and said, this is the path I want to go?
Yeah, so it was back in 2015, which was the early stages of mobile app development. That was a time where a lot of big companies were focusing on, developing their own mobile platforms. And that was a time where it came to me in a dream. And I figure for me, when it comes to me in a dream, it's something that is God given because I'm spiritual, I'm a religious person. And this was something that was an idea that was heartfelt. and the idea to be able to do something positive in the community and turn it into reality. So my journey for the mobile app part of my business started in 2015, and it has grown from there. So with that passion, and you might know this, when something comes to you, it's like no matter what happened, you're going to make it work. So it was a lot of ups and downs to get it to the point where it is today. It wasn't an easy road because 5 years is a long time, but it was something that I was dedicated to making happen, to put KeySpot out into the world. And that's why I feel so positive and I feel so passionate about sharing what we are trying to do to make that positive impact within the whole community.
Yeah, and so the app was something for you that came in a dream in 2015, and you were like, I gotta make this work. What
That's right.
about the other part of the business that started way, way earlier? And
Yeah.
is that like something that you do fully on your own or work with a team? Like,
Ah, yeah. So websites, I've been doing websites for over 20 years. You know, websites have been around for a long time, and I was in the early stages of that, building websites for people. So I've been doing websites for a very long time. And as an essential tool for any business, that's something that all business owners need. So I knew this was a great area to be able to focus in on. And I do get a lot of business from the area of the website development. But
mhm.
with the other areas that I offer, which is the IT consultant, I'm able to help offer services for other areas, social media, to be able to help businesses understand what they need and what services that we can help provide.
Okay. And before going solo, did you work for someone else or did you just, yeah.
Yeah. So I was in corporate America for a very long time. And then I left in 2007. And that's when I went on my own to start Quality SAP. So, it was a leap of faith. It was a leap of faith.
Yeah, I know I'm going like really far back, but I would really like to for the viewers to get this sense of that anything they set their mind to is possible. So, this is the reason why I'm asking you this question so we can share with them your starting place and the little challenges along and how also you decided because a lot of people what I have discovered is you start in one industry, right? You do one
Hmm.
thing and then somehow you realize that's not your thing and then you go completely different route. For
Right.
you it seems like you kind of stayed in the same area. So like could you give us a little bit more like what inspires you about it, like what is it that you love so much that you just left the corporate and then went solo?
Yeah. So I've always been someone who had an entrepreneur mindset. And I mentioned to you earlier, as far as my inspiration growing up, my father was a business owner, and my mom, she worked in the community and she worked with a nonprofit organization. So I was influenced by them as a child and helping to
Hmm.
support them in their endeavors. So it's always been ingrained to me that I was not going to always work for a company or a corporation because I was going to be an entrepreneur. It was just built in, you know. So that's kind of what I did. I had a plan to start off in corporate America because that's where you get your education. Think of it like class.
Absolutely.
So you go to college, you get that degree, you go to corporate America, you learn the ins and outs, and you get some lessons along the way. You build some things to help you with your resume, but then it's all preparing you for the next phase of your life. And that's what I treated it as. This was a stepping stone for me to be able to be very confident when it came to going out on my own and knowing that I could stand on my own 2 feet.
Hmm. Did you always knew that IT was your thing, like this is me, I want to do this?
Yeah, so the funny thing is, I started off in a degree of engineering for college, but I ended up starting my first job in IT and I didn't leave it since. And it was an area that I really grew in. And so, excuse me. And so, because it was some area that I was really, really talented in, it's like, why stop? And I really enjoyed what I was doing.
Yeah, I think the key part is that you actually enjoyed it, in my
Yeah.
opinion, because if you didn't enjoy it, you'd be like, okay, what else is out there? Okay, I love your story, and you really touched base also on like how you got your training before you went on your own. Is there any help? Is there like, do you work with a team? Do you get any help, like especially starting up and now that you are established and you've been working on your own for so many years?
Yeah.
Could you share a little bit that side of it? That's something
Yeah.
that I think people also don't know much about.
Yeah. So I think these are great questions. And 2 years ago, I wrote a book called Yes You Can 10 Great Ways to Market Your Business, where it really explored the journey that I had as a business owner, the lessons that I learned, different ways that I was able to market my business, and just inspirational things to get you through the day. One of the things that I point out in my book is you cannot do things all on your own. You have to have a
Absolutely.
support system. Okay, you need cheerleaders on your corner. You need people who are there to give you feedback. You also need a team. You need somebody else, not just you, to make some decisions. So I do have people who are in my corner. I do have a team. I do have other people who are in my circles. And I have this great network that I keep mentioning called KeySpot, which provides a value of so many resources to provide services and education to allow me to do what I'm doing and then to also flourish in other areas.
Yeah, you brought up such a good point because, also me thinking of an entrepreneur, I always thought that I needed to know everything, that I had
Mhm.
to handle it all myself, and then you kind of feel incapable of doing it. And, like all those people are doing it, and I'm not one of them. But in reality, that's actually not happening. People that are successful, they work in a team or they
Yes.
have a great support system. So maybe if even the people in your circle that you mentioned, might not be doing exactly what you're doing, but they're cheering you on. They want the best for you. They bring the best out of you and they bring the best to the table. And I think that is the biggest lesson for entrepreneur, to create that circle and to work with like-minded people, and that their support is created. Um, Okay, that was amazing. So I have a few more questions for you because I think the conversation is getting very juicy. I would like to know, do you remember how long did it take you, or maybe you already had a client, your first client, once you quit that corporate job and you didn't have that support anymore, right? So how long did it take you to have your first client?
Oh, see, I was able to line things up pretty great. So I was in business right away. So when I decided to walk away, I was already off and running. So that's one of the things I would like to share with any entrepreneur. Have a plan. You don't just do things just all of a sudden. You need to have a 6 month plan, a 1 year plan, a 5 year plan, a whole roadmap of what steps you're going to take in order to get to where you want to go. You're not going to make decisions on a day and then expect to be successful overnight. It takes a lot of planning, preparation. It does take some passion, but it takes a lot of hard work as well. So don't expect anything to happen overnight. So I think that was one
Yeah.
of the things that helped me. I was already planned, ready, prepared. So I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah, and I think that also, having your parents around, that probably also brought a lot of knowledge, knowing that you gotta have all those things. And for all those people out there who don't have parents or entrepreneur and who might telling them like this is not the right thing for you or you can't do it. In fact, that's kind of what's happening in my family. I'm learning a lot from people like you, Cynthia, who are showing me that it is possible and that I just need to adapt to some things to make it successful. What would you say is probably one of the most challenging things you're facing on this journey, or you have faced? Because I feel like at this point you've been around for a while and making it successful.
Well, I think the most challenging is you do have your days where it's like, okay, things are not going the way I want it to go because it happens. Every day is not a great day. And so at that point, I just kind of stop, take a breather, say a prayer. And then after that, I just know it's in God's hands because I have what has been instilled in me as far as my mission, and I'm going to follow through with that no matter what. And I know God's going to give me the strength to get through whatever obstacles that are in the way. So, that's how I cope with things. I know that there's a plan and I'm just going to keep moving forward. And that's all you can do. Just keep uh, chugging through.
Yeah, that is a very good thing. Prayer in spirituality is really very helpful in situations like this. I gotta interrupt for a second. Subscribe. We post every single week and we'd love to hear your comments below. Any questions, any suggestions, any feedback. It's much appreciated. Thank you. What would you say is probably one of the most rewarding parts and the thing that you enjoyed the most of being an entrepreneur, working for yourself, all these little things and big things?
Well, I think for me, it's not about what I get out of it. It's what I do to help other people. It brings me so much joy when I'm able to work with another business and then they come to me and they say, Cynthia, because of this network, I have been able to get this business, connect with this person, meet this service, get this service. And it's been helpful for me so much. Get this exposure. That warms my heart to be able to work with people and to see them elevate and to see them grow because of just being part of a network.
Yeah, um, that's one of the messages I think every entrepreneur should get out there is about serving others, and serving others in a loving and passionate way that in the end gives you the reward and you also get to have the financial wealth and independence that you desire. I think that's a very good point. And I know you already touched based on this, but I wanted to get very specific since I am looking to focus on sustainable businesses. And the way I define sustainability, again, I'm repeating myself, this is such a broad word and it's being used in so many different ways. But the way I see it is when we get to care for ourselves, we get to care for others, and we also get to care for the environment. So,
Hmm.
where do you see your business fitting within that definition of sustainability?
Yeah, I think it's in our mission. So, as I mentioned to you, our mission is to connect communities and to support small businesses. And that's all about bringing positivity out there to the world and to really genuinely help people to grow and to succeed. And I think that's where we bring that sustainability. We are a company that wants to help others and we want to do good things to help the community as well. So, because of that mission, we are living that sustainability on a daily basis.
Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit deeper. Could you give us maybe one example or a very happy client of yours that you can be like, okay, this person, and you don't have to bring out the exact name, confidentiality, all those things, but if you could just share a story with us, I would love to hear it. And I'm sure the viewers would love to.
Yeah. So, just recently, we had one of our KeySpot business partners launched a cake baking company, delicious pound cakes. So I'm gonna mark it for her. So she did a fantastic job of launching this company, and she had already been a Key Spot business partner for another purpose. And I said, you know what? Let's continue to grow your business. And we have been helping to promote her and use her cakes to give as gifts to other Key Spot business partners. So we want to make sure that we take advantage of letting people grow their passions and be able to showcase the talents that they have and know that people will be receptive to receiving those gifts that they have to offer to the community. So I am so pleased to have Delicious Pound Cakes as one of our Key Spot business partners, and hopefully people will check them out on Key Spot.
They got their promotion right now, but you've also brought me to tears because I really think that's what sustainability is about. It's about caring for your community, doing your best, and every single one of us has something to bring to the table. It doesn't matter what it is. It's cake, or is it, you're a janitor, you do cleaning for people, or you have a marketing company, or you just help keep the park all nice and the grass watered. It doesn't matter. It's just like that's what it's about, that connection and love and passion and care for one another. um I actually lost my train of thought from that story. I
Yeah,
wanted to ask
I'm
you.
gonna have to make sure you get a sample of her cakes. They're so good.
Oh, I would love to. You can send them to me since we're virtually, you know. I'll send you my address. Um, I wanted to ask you now, who do you work with? Like, who's your ideal client? You know, I would like for the viewers to also get that part of your
Yes.
business.
So everybody, I mean, anybody who is an entrepreneur, a business owner who wants to share their information, you're my client. It doesn't matter what service that you're in. You're doing something positive in the community. You want to share your service. You want to share your product. You can be a KeySpot business partner. You are someone we want to have in our network. So that's why we welcome everybody to register for free to be a KeySpot business partner. And I know I have an opportunity to share the information, but it's going to be at www.keyspot.app.com/free, which is where you can register your information for free on KeySpot. It's that simple to become a KeySpot business partner because, again, we're here to support you and we want to make it easy and affordable for you to share your information with the community.
Yeah, thank you so much. And not a problem at all. You know, we can repeat the information later. Okay, so you find your ideal client is to be anyone who's passionate about their work and they want to create something in the community. So besides the service of the app you mentioned, I just want to quickly go over the services again. You do IT consulting for small businesses, correct? So
Yes.
social media. Am I missing something in the app?
Website development is a big area that we do. So if you are looking for a website, we can make that happen for you. Mobile app development, if you have an idea for an app, we can get it, make it happen for you. So these are the areas that we specialize in.
Yeah, okay, that's perfect. And now let's go back to our 2020, such a lovely year. What do you find, being a little sarcastic here, but I can't say that there were no amazing things in that year as well. Um, what do you find 2020 has challenged you the most, but also at the same time, what was the most rewarding part of this year that we're all so happy to leave behind?
Well,
Uh,
okay, I'm gonna put a little spin on that question. Everybody had challenges in 2020. I'm gonna tell you what was my light at the end of the tunnel for 2020. The good thing about 2020 for me is it allowed me to be able to expand my reach because of all these virtual meetings that have been happening and everybody being aware of how to use Zoom and everybody having virtual networking sessions. I've been able to go all across the country and meet people like yourself and meet people just from coast to coast and introduce them to the opportunity of KeySpot. And that's something that would not have happened if there was no 2020. Okay, because people did not do virtual meetings like they are doing now. So I think that's one thing I could say thank you to 2024 because it has allowed me to grow my reach without having to do the travel that it would have taken to do so. So
mhm.
yeah, so that's what I would say about 2020.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that. That was a very amazing positive spin on 2020 that we often tend to forget because we're so focused on all the other challenges we've
Hmm.
had.
Hmm.
Okay, and then for this year, 2021, what do you see yourself? Like, what are some goals? What are some desires you have for your business?
Yeah. So my goal, so right now, KeySpot is all across the country. We're in over 26 states, 75 cities across the country. I want to make it all 50 states. I want to have business partners in all 50 states that are part of KeySpot. I want to have no excuse for any business to not be part of KeySpot. So I want everybody at the sound of my voice to be able to know about KeySpot and register their information. So that is my plan to be able to get more exposure to KeySpot and more people aware and registered and supporting the businesses on KeySpot.
That is great. And I can tell you're already halfway there, or more than halfway there. But I'm just gonna say for 2021. um, okay, well, I wanted to, like, the last thing is, would like for, I know you already shared where we can find the app and how we can join for free. Is there some other places where we can find you? Social media, websites? We'd love for you to share, and I will also make sure to share it in the comments.
Yes, so you could find us on social media. We have a Facebook page for KeySpot app. We have a Facebook group for our KeySpot business partners. Check both of them out. We're also on Instagram, so you could follow us at KeySpot app on Instagram. And also, don't forget www.keyspot.app.com/free to register. And you could just go to keyspot.app.com in general to learn more about KeySpot and also the programs that we've done in the community as well. And one of the things I wanted to mention is we do have our next KeySpot Business Partners networking session. This is a great opportunity, even if you're not yet a KeySpot business partner, for you to
Mhm.
join the session, check it out, network, and also you're going to get some good information. We always have someone sharing great business tips. So go to Eventbrite, search for KeySpot, and you can register for that upcoming session on Thursday, January the 21st at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
I'm actually registered. I will be there on the 21st.
Yes.
And the
Awesome.
plan is for this video to go out before that. So yeah, I'm looking forward for people. Hopefully, someone registers by seeing this video.
Yes.
Um, yeah, so I want to really thank you so much for taking your time today. Is there something else that maybe I didn't touch base on that you would love to share with the viewers? Maybe something about you or the business, anything.
Yeah. So I do have, you know, I mentioned we do things in the community. One of the things we launched a couple years back was our Food COMA podcast. Food COMA stands for Conversations Over Meals in America. And it's all about celebrating diversity. And that's one thing that I'm also truly passionate about, bringing people together from different backgrounds. So be sure to go and check out our Food COMA podcast. You could see that on our KeySpot webpage as well. So go to keyspot.app.com and take a listen to that.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna write it down so I can also remember it. Yeah, that that's exactly what. No wonder why we connected. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but um, there is a like when I connected with you, I couldn't really say why I connected to you. Like how you meet people and you just like feel their energy. You think they're amazing, but you're like, why am I connecting to this person? So the
Mhm.
more I get to know about you, I just see how much more we care about diversity, connecting people, sharing, and doing good and servicing them. So that little part that you just shared right now, I didn't know that about you. So thank you so much for bringing it
Yes,
up here. Anything
thank
else that
you.
you'd like to share with us?
I got a ton, but no, check it out on the
Whatever
website.
you feel
I
comfortable with.
No, I did put a lot of information on the KeySpot app uh, web page, so you could find the Food Coma. You could find the book Yes You Can. That's a great book to check out if you are an entrepreneur, because you just mentioned that if you're an entrepreneur and you're really trying to get a good start, check out my book Yes You Can: 10 Great Ways to Market Your Business. It's available on Amazon, and it really will provide you some great tips to get you started and to get that encouragement to be successful as well.
Yeah, thank you for the book, and thank you for sharing this additional information. One of the things that we do is we always end with the speaker saying, if I can, you can. So would love to hear that from you. And also your book is very much that's what it is.
Yes. Well, I'll say that if I can, you can. And as my book says, yes, you can.
Absolutely. Thank you again. I truly appreciate all the time and the energy and the information you have shared with us today.
Thank you so much. Well, you have a wonderful day.
Please subscribe to the channel, and I post every single week. Would love to hear your feedback, any comments, any questions that you have, anything that you'd like to see. Would love to hear from you.